Today, we're going to be debunking Dave Ramsey's 7 baby steps to taking control of your financial future. All right, we're going to be looking at each of these 7 steps and figuring out, is it still relevant? Will it still work? Is it still something that we should be trying out? All right, with no further ado, let's jump right into it. I'm your co host, HT,
I'm CD Barnes.
and this is the League of Hustlers. Prepare to prosper. All right, jumping right into it. Dave Ramsey's 7 baby steps. All right, he has this formula called the 7 baby steps, where he's claiming that you could take control of your money with these baby steps, and it's gonna show you how to save for emergencies, pay off your debt for good, and build wealth. All right, and you know that's what we're all about at the League of Hustlers. So let's
Right.
jump right into it. Right. So First up, he says to save $1,000 for your starter emergency fund. What do you think about that, CD? In this day,
Um,
2024, is $1,000 enough? Right?
oh, man, so $1,000, you definitely need more than $1,000. However, if you don't have $1,000 saved, it's a good place to start. And I think the key word in here is starter emergency fund. So
Got
it's not that you won't need more. You know how the prices are now, gas,
right.
um,
And,
food,
and see that was my point. It's like stuff has gone up drastically
right?
now. You get one car repair, and it could wipe out that $1,000, bro.
Done, easy. At least half of it. A car
At least
repair
half of it.
and something else unexpected. And that's the thing, right? When we're out
Right.
here adulting, there are definitely unexpected things that you're going to be responsible for, aka car repairs.
Exactly. Exactly. So I would say, okay, like you said, starter, yes. $1,000, cool. Okay. But I would say be shooting for more. At least 2,500,
Right.
and more realistically like 5. You know what I mean? I would say try to shoot for 5, because cars nowadays, I mean, home repairs, a refrigerator or something like that, washing machine, anything goes out,
Woo.
it's gonna hit for around that amount. You know what I
Yep.
mean? So
Yep.
I would say just bump that up a little bit. All right. Next up is step 2 is to pay off all debt except the house using the debt snowball method. All right.
Right.
And just for reference, the debt snowball method is where he suggests looking at all of your balances on your debt, right? And then not thinking about the percentage rates, but focusing on the amounts, right? And list them from the least to the greatest. And he suggests going after the smallest debt with everything that you got. He's saying the sales stuff, take on more jobs, whatever you need to do to pay off the
Mhm.
small debts first, right? And then you kind of build up the snowball. So start with the smallest, pay that off, then go to the next biggest. Pay that one off. Then the next biggest, pay that one off, right? So what do you think about that?
I think that's perfect, man. More important than anything is to get started on this. And you also have to realize it hurts on the way out the door because you're just taking all of this energy to pay these bills off. But you
Right.
get immediate return once you're done because you're basically giving yourself a raise. If you
That's
had
true.
been spending $500 each month on paying off revolving credit or any debt that you may have, you have now given yourself a $500 raise. If you have a
Mm,
thousand, $1,500 a month that you're spending on this stuff, you're giving yourself a raise. So I think this one is something that it hurts in the beginning, but it actually, you'll feel the rewards is basically right away. As soon as you're done, that money is now going straight into your pocket. And you can use this extra cash now to fill up, right? That savings account, that starter emergency fund from step
right.
one. Now it'll be a lot easier and you can actually build up that fund even more so.
True. And some of the pushback that you hear a lot about this step is that the interest rates, right? So
Yes.
other financial folks suggest targeting the balances with high interest rates first,
Highest interest
right?
rates.
So
Yeah.
that's something to take in consideration. And then the other thing is that if you pay off all of your debt, then how can you build up that credit, right? So I would say that's kind of another piece to take in consideration. Um, and I guess this doesn't exclude like having a card that you're using, but you're still paying off, right? So you go to the grocery store or go get gas, and but you immediately pay that off, right? Using the
Exactly.
credit card to get the
Yeah.
gas, get the groceries, immediately pay it off. So okay, cool. But just taking consideration the interest rates on your credit accounts and things like that. And I guess try and do it as quick as possible. But we'll
Right.
give that one a pass. All right. So, third step is save 3 to 6 months of expenses in a fully funded emergency fund. Okay.
Right.
After you do the debt, after you save the thousand and then do the debt snowball method, then he's saying to save 3 to 6 months of expenses.
Yeah.
I would say this is kind of on target. But again, I would be go for a longer term. I would look for like a year's worth of expenses, right? Because whenever the market shifts like drastically, especially like when we had the recession, um, 3 to 6 months looking for a job could go like very, very fast, right? So I would say try and get to like a year, 1 year of fully funded emergency fund. What do you think, bro?
Yeah, so I think definitely start off with the 3 months, right? And then you proceed to the 6 months. And then once you establish a certain point, make it a habit each month of adding to this emergency fund, basically. Right. So we're going to do everything that we can to stay employed, to stay in business, to keep our income streams growing and flowing.
Okay.
Right. And then we're constantly going to just feed this fund so that we can build up from 3 to 6, 9 months, 1 year to the point where you have a surplus. Our barns are filled. We have a surplus of wealth at this point.
Cool. I can dig it. Step 4, invest 15% of your household income in retirement.
Mm.
15% of your income. All right. Woo. Now, okay, that's substantial. What do you think? What are your thoughts on
Um, Again, I think 15% is a modest amount when you're talking about saving for your retirement. And this is kind of in tandem with the previous step, but it should be these accounts need to be separate. The benefit though is that your 3 to 6 months, 1 year account, that money, if you put it somewhere where it's also gaining at least some interest, you put yourself in a better situation. But ultimately, all we're doing now at this point in time is taking the money that we're making from our streams and placing it in different investments that we can grow our money. Investing 15%, um, if we've made it this far in that process, we should be able to do that at this point in time. We were probably already spending 15% on debt, but now
that?
that
Right.
we've paid off the debt, we can take that money and put that into this retirement account.
True.
If you can do more than 15, do more. If you have a job that is matching you in your 401k, 403b, that's another way that you can get extra percentage points, right? If you can
Mhm.
put in 3 and they match your 3, you now have 6%. You're almost halfway there.
Right.
So, just keep stuff like that
Yeah,
in mind as well.
that's something that shocked me. Like when you really think about it and really look at the numbers, I didn't know not everyone contributes to their 401k. Right? That kind of blew my mind. Like some people opt out for having
Right,
something go towards their 401k.
right.
I think that is a smart thing, because it kind of forces you. It kind of just set it and forget it type of thing. Um, and then if your company is matching, like why not? So I give this one the thumbs up. Definitely, 15% of your household income towards retirement for sure.
Another easy way to build this up, somebody dropped this on me a few years back. They said every year when you get your raise at your job, instead of just taking that raise and letting it go in your check and then you basically just eating out one extra time a month or something like that,
Yeah.
just increase your contribution to that 401k by that amount. So if you got a 2% raise, increase
Right.
your contribution by 2%. If
Yeah,
you
I
get a
remember you
3%
saying that a
raise,
while ago.
so take that money that you're, making, try to live off of your regular check.
Yeah.
Essentially, we're consumers, man. We love to consume. We want to consume everything we have, in hopes of getting more. But realistically, we need to consume less, or at least be able to manage our lifestyle with less and save more. So
Right.
just balancing the two out. There's nothing wrong with being a consumer, but
Right.
we also need to practice the other side, balance it out as much as we can.
True that. Next up, step 5 is save for your children's college fund. That's if you have kids, right? But this is an important one, right?
Hey, man, wait a minute, man. They better get a scholarship, man.
Right. First and foremost,
Y'all on
you
y'all
know.
own. Nah,
Right.
I'm joking.
Right.
Nah, you gotta
And
save some.
and not to say that all kids need to go, right? I'm a
Sure.
believer that, like in terms of university, like full, colleges, not everyone needs to go, right?
Right, right,
And not immediately. Some people need to wait. Some people need to choose like community college and stuff like
right,
that. But if it's not for you, it's not for you. But if your kids do want to go, it is important to have that fund set aside. And hey, if they decide not to go, then you can, give them that as a graduation gift or, just a life gift, right?
right.
But it's important to have that set aside.
Yeah, and also there's other ways once you get to this point where you have money that you can put aside out of your paychecks in that, weekly, biweekly cycle. There's ways that you can put money into a college fund tax deferred, right? So they have
Right.
like the 529 plans, and
529.
stuff like that where you can take a percentage of your money and put into a savings account for your child for education purposes, and you don't get taxed on those dollars.
Yep, and a lot of, credit unions as well have, like, savings programs, and it might be tied into that, 529, and different employers sometimes have, um, different college saving plans as well. I
Right.
forget what it's called. It's for something, but just check with your state, check with your company, check with the credit unions where you are, if you have kids and you're looking at saving for their college. All right, so whole point of that is to give your kids a head start, right? I know a lot of people I went to school went. I had to take out student loans. They had to take out student loans. That's not a place where you want to be, and so after you graduate, you're kind of coming out already in
In the
debt. You see
hole.
what I'm
Yep.
saying? Right, you're coming out in the hole, and a lot of times, um, the job that you get isn't gonna be able to cover,
Right. An
the
entry level
amount that
job.
you've racked up. So, um, just take that in consideration. So, 2 thumbs up for this step as well if you have kids, but don't force your kids to it, you know?
Right.
Um there are other options. There are
Yeah.
certifications that they can get, there's trade
Right.
schools that they can go to, and there's community college where the
'Cause
prices are way lower.
they will blow that money. They mess around and get in school and just,
Right.
so yeah, be smart with that.
Oh, yeah. Step 6, pay off your home early. I'm on the
Yeah.
fence about this one. I am on the fence about this one, and the reason why I say that is because real estate 9 times out of 10, 99, percent of the time appreciates. There are instances where it does not, wrong place, wrong neighborhood, and the time of whatever's going on in the city in that area comes into play. But paying off your home early, I get it, but at the same time, real estate appreciates. And if you could put that money towards something else, like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm on the fence about this one. What do you think?
I mean, there are a lot of calculators out there. Some people say, depending on the interest rate, of your mortgage, you can make one extra payment every year and cut that time in half.
I saw
You know,
that. It's
so
like a
doing
calculator somewhere. Maybe we should cover
right.
that in an episode,
Yeah, we
bro.
should. So yeah,
Yeah.
if we pull that off, right? If we can make that extra payment one time per year, and that cuts the time in half, then
Right.
I would do it. I think that's something we need to do, right? You know what I mean? Because essentially, true indeed, your home should appreciate in value, and it should be like a piggy bank for you to some degree. So now what
Right.
happens is, I've paid it off. I don't have the mortgage that I'm paying each month, and I still have the equity in my home, or the sell value, whatever. I can sell the home and get the cash, and I can take out the equity loan against my property or whatever. I can now leverage that money more so. I have
Right.
more. It's kind of like you can use it as your own bank to some degree. Um,
Right.
so paying your home off early, I would say is something to do if you can pull that off. One extra payment a year, if that actually calculates to cutting the time in half, then yeah, you need to do that, you know?
Right. Okay, cool. Step 7, last step is to build wealth and give. Now, here at the League of Hustlers, that was our original tagline: share knowledge and build wealth, right?
Right.
And now we also say prepare to prosper by
Yeah.
sharing knowledge and building wealth, right? So, this one definitely gets a thumbs up. The only thing I would say, what I don't like about this step is that get all the way to the end where it's saying build wealth and give. I would put giving at the actual step 0, right? Why? Because when you give, you receive, right? I would, just to change that, I would put that at the very beginning. Always give back. Always sow seeds, good seeds, right? What do you think, bro?
Yeah, very important. Even if it's not, don't be confused about giving. It's not always monetary, right? At step one of this process, we're talking about trying to save $1,000. If you don't have $1,000, then you don't really have very much to give. But give where you can. You could share advice.
There you
Um,
go.
you know, I give somebody a compliment. You know what I mean? Like, you know,
Right.
it could be as simple as that, though. But really, that small stuff like that actually
Good job.
goes a long way. Right? Good job. But yeah, compliments. I mean, um, you're
Yeah,
helping.
knowledge, right?
There you go.
Just
Right.
encouraging words, spending time, volunteering,
Right.
feeding the
There you
homeless,
go. Yep.
stuff like that. I would put
And
that
that
at the forefront.
doing that puts you in a good space when you get to that level of where you are building wealth and you have all of this amassed all this wealth and you've practiced that the entire time. You're in a good space where you can still, you're still relatable, you're still in touch, you're still, personable, and a person of value. You can give back even if it's not money. You can give back.
Right. So there you are, ladies and gentlemen. That is the 7 steps that Dave Ramsey suggests, and that's our take on it. I like it. Dave Ramsey has great content, talks about some great stuff. We gave our perspective on these different steps. I think this is overall like really good. Um, and it's considered baby steps, right? I would be a little aggressive on some things, and shift things around a little bit, but overall, 2 thumbs up, man. The 7 baby steps definitely are a blueprint to get you started.
There
So
you go.
definitely check it
Yep.
out. Anything else, bro?
Nope, that's it. You know where we are, leagueofhustlers.com. Hit the
Yeah,
shop.leagueofhustlers.com. Get the League of Hustlers gear, man. All
yeah,
right. We still have the Hustler Startup Pack on the site still. So if you haven't downloaded that yet, head to the site. It's a free download, right? We go over the business model canvas. You get the
right.
smart goal template. You get I think we have a SWOT analysis in there.
Yep.
So, it's definitely a good place to get started. So, building extra streams for yourself. And that's the key, man. Wait a minute. This is a whole nother episode,
What's that, bro?
but no, so our whole thing, man, is really like the dream stream strat, like building extra streams of income. Right. So
Right,
if you're talking about I need to save $1,000 and you can't find a way, that start up a stream that could easily do that for you. If
right,
you need to pay off debt, start up a stream that could do that for you. You know what
right.
I mean?
There
If you
you
need to
go.
get that extra mortgage payment each month, start up another stream and let that one take care of that. And so,
Talk that talk, man.
get in the practice of being able to develop and spin up new income streams for yourself,
Right,
even if it's small, $200 a month, $500,000, $10,000, whatever it may be. That's what it's about. Being able to do that. That's Being a hustler, man, being able to spin up that income stream.
And that's it. It's just that simple. Until next time, check us out, leagueofhustlers.com. Make sure you hit that like, make sure you hit that subscribe. And until next time, hustle up.